Okay, moving on to Python strings. Python strings. Now it is simple. You can say print hello, and then we can also say print hello. We already said that in Python strings can use single quote or double quote. So when you run this, it will actually give us the same result. You see, very good. Now let's try to assign a variable to a string. So let's say a is equal to wings. Then if you want to output wings, we have to bring in the variable because we have assigned this value to the variable a. So we will say print a. Then when we run the code, we will get what? Wings. That is how assigning variable is done. Now let's try to assign multi-line strings. Multi-line strings. Okay, so with multi-line strings we have two ways of doing it. We can use 3 double inverted commas for the beginning and also end it with 3 double inverted commas here. You see, there will be no error in it. So let's say welcome to Xcode Python Bootcamp. This was organized, or you can say this is organized by Xcode Technologies. We aim to enhance students' Python skills. Good. Now, when I print this, you see, it gave me no error. You see, welcome to Xcode Python Bootcamp. Then the rest. You see, it gave me no error. So, since we said that you can use double or single inverted commas, we can also use this one. Then we will change it to single ones here. So when I output this one too, you see, it will give me the same result. You see, so that is how we can use multi-line strings. Simple as that. Now let's talk about arrays for strings. We'll consider having time for arrays separately. Now strings are arrays in Python. So let's say we have a is equal to Xcode Technologies. You see, then print a. Now print a or print Xcode Technologies, but we want to get to know where each letter is. So in arrays we start every letter anything with 0. So I is 0, then S will be 1, then Q will be 2, O will be 3, then it follows. You see, very good. That is how it is done. So let's say we want to output only D. So we say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you say A, then we bring our square bracket. So when we counted, we got 4. We input 4. So when we run the code, we will get what? D. You see, yes, that is how we get to know the position of each letter. Good. Now let's talk about the next thing. It is called slicing. Slicing. Now, slicing can specify the start index and then the end index. Yes, with slicing, we can get to know the letters within that range that we set. So let's say we said A is equal to East Code Technologies. You see, good. We'll say print, then A. Then we'll bring our square bracket. Then where do we want to start the slicing from? We want to start the slicing from Q. So we will count 0, 1, and 2. So we start from Q. So Q is what? 2. So we will say 2. Then where do we want to end it? So we'll bring our what? Colon. Then where we want to end it, then we continue counting. So this one is 2 and 3, 4, 5. So we want to end it at 5. Then we come here and then say 5. Then we run it. So we realize that we got QOD, this, because the slicing start from here, Q, and it ends at here, E. E is the 5th letter, but it won't add the 5th letter. That is how slicing is done. So you can actually add more. You can remove the 5 and say 9. So when we run the code, we get code and then TE. So that is where you get to know that even the space here is also part. Yes, it's also a character. That is that. Very good. So that is what slicing. Now let's talk about negative indexing. Negative indexing. Now, with the negative indexing, we can start and then end the slicing from the end of the string. You see, so let's say we have B is also equal to East Code Technologies. You see, then let's do the negative slices. So print. So we'll start from here backwards. So we will say B. Then we'll bring our square bracket. Then we'll say negative 3, negative what? 5. Or anyhow we want it. So when we run the code, you see how, yes, this is how it will come. Good. Or we can see negative 5, then negative 3. When you run the code, you get O and then G. You see, O and then G. So you realize that this one is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, as I move it changes. Sorry. See, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, very good. So that is where the O comes here. Then the G. So 0, 1, 2, 3. You see, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that is how we got our OG. Sorry. Now let's talk about length. Checking the length of a string. You see, now checking the length of a string, we use the function len, this len. Very good. Then we can say C is equal to school technologies 2. Then we say print what? Len of what? C. So we're actually printing the length of C. Sorry. It says I have duplicated the ISCO technologies 3 times. So let me do ISCO technology. Yeah, so the error is gone. Okay. So when I run the code, let me also comment all these. Good. So when I run the code now, it should print me the length. So it has 17 characters in it. 17 here, including the spaces. You see, so that is how we print what? The strings. And actually get to know the length inside the string. Good. Let me comment this one too. Then let's move on. Now let's try to learn about stripping. Now, stripping means to delete the white spaces from the beginning or on the end. So let's say we have A is equal to ISCO technologies. But here, let me create a space here and then a space here. Very good. Now, I'll try to strip it so that there will be no white spaces. So I'll say print a dot strip. Then I'll bring my bracket again. See, note the function is this strip. You see, very good. That is how length is also done. So when I run the code, you realize that from here you won't see it, but if it were to be in a text, you would see it. Yes. So let me try to add a text for you to see. So B is equal to coffee. It should be in a string form. Coffee. You see there's a space here. Very good. Now I want to bring a space here. So coffee should be combined with the ISCO technologies. So to make sure that actually the strip did its function. So I'll say plus B. So when I run the code, you see it has combined. That means it has actually done what? Cleared the white space. So that is how the strip works. This was just by the way. Let's move on. Good. Now let's also talk about changing upper cases to lower cases and then changing lower cases to upper cases. Now the function is simple. We'll use this function lower, then you bring your bracket. So let me comment this and then let's use it. So let's say B is equal to wings. So I'll say print, should be small, so print B dot lower. Then I'll bring my bracket. Comment this so that it won't appear. So when I run the code here again, sorry, forgive me. Oh, why? Why is it giving me these? Yes. You see, it has changed the first character to what? A smaller one because it was upper. Now let's do the same thing for the upper. So I'll say A is equal to wings, making it small. So let's get to know we're actually doing upper. Good. So I'll say print what? So I'll say A dot upper, and I'll bring my bracket so that when I run the code, it should actually do what? Convert all these to what? Upper cases. So that is how it is done. And then we can even replace letters. Let's try it. Comment. Good. Let's say C is equal to wings. Yes. And then let's try to replace the W with S. Very good. W with S. So you can say print C dot replace. So let's get to know that we're using replace. So replace. And I'll comment it so that I won't prohibit the code. So C dot replace. With this one, I'll have to indicate that I want to replace the W with what? S. So I have to indicate it here. So I'll say W. This is what I want to replace. W. Then what am I replacing with? S. So I'll bring S here. So when I run the code here, you see the W has changed to what? S. It has become sings. You see? Yes. That is how it is done. Now you can also split the string. You can split the string. So let's say we have two different, let's say, words in a string. So let's say I have D. I have D is equal to Wings Davis. Wings Davis. And this is the function that we are using, split. So what I will do from here is that I'll say print D dot split. The reason why we bring the variable is that we want to indicate that it is actually what? The variable that we are working with. So you want to split the variable, or you want to change the you want to replace it. So you should bring the variable because this is what we are working with. In this case, the upper, we brought A because A was assigned to wings and it was the variable. Very good. And that is the same way we'll do here. So D dot split. Then here, I'll bring my parenthesis, double inverted comma. Then I'll bring a comma in between. So this will actually split Wings and Davis as what? Different strings. So it will actually decompress these into what? Substrings. You see? Good. So when I run the code, you see it changed it into a list. You see? Yes. You remember that we said list uses what? The square brackets. Good. You see? So it has changed it to what? Substrings. So that is how the split works. Good. Now, Python is so nice that we can even check if there is a character in the list of words that we have. Yes. let's try it. So let's say we have this Wings Davis. So I'll copy this one, then I'll comment this, and I'll come down and say, let's say name is equal to this Wings Davis. Good, Wings Davis. So in order to add a string in VS Code, you highlight or select it, then you type it. That's you use the shift plus the double inverted comma. Yes, that is what I did. Now name is equal to Wings Davis. You see, so I want to check if Davis or AVI is in the value that I have assigned to name variable. I can say any variable. So x is equal to what? AVI not in what? Name. You see, so we are saying x. So this one is actually what? Boolean. So we are checking if AVI is not in name, but it is actually what? In. So you should give me what? Guess. What should be your answer? Is it true or false? If you got it right, then it means that you are really following. So when I print it, it should actually give me what? False. You see, it's AVI not in name. AVI not in name. We are saying it is not in name. So it will actually do what? Print false, because we are saying it is not in. You got confused, right? Very good. You are actually following. But if we say AVI in name, it will actually print what? True, because AVI is in name. That is how it works. That's how it works. So the X here says that AVI in name. So in here can be used in Python. We have in, is not, is. Yes. We have all these. I will introduce you to all that. So don't worry. So we are saying X is equal to AVI in name. We can actually do the same thing so that you won't be so confused. So I can say NAM is equal to Wings Davis. And I will tell it again, Y is equal to AVI not in NAM. So print Y. So when I run the code, tell me what? False, because we are saying it is not in it. So don't get confused. Get to know the kind of function that we are using, or the phrase that you're using. This one is called checking string in Python. Checking string. Good. Now let's move on. We've already talked about string concatenation. Yes, string concatenation. So this is it. String concatenation. Good. Where we added two variables. A is equal to, let's say, Ghana. Then A is equal to country. But mind you, small a and then capital A, uppercase A, lowercase a are two different variables. Note, they are two different variables. They are not the same. So when I say, let's say, B is equal to A plus A, it didn't give me an error. You realize that? Good. So I'll say then what? Print B. So I am actually doing what? Combining them. Now in combining strings, it is called string concatenation. That is the proper word to be used. Good. So when I run the code, you realize that it says Ghana country. Yes, where I taught you that if you realize that it has been combined, you can actually bring your operation sign, additional sign. Then you bring the string, then you create a space in it. It will actually bring a space between them. So Ghana country. That is how it works. Now, as we are done with the string concatenation, let's move on to formatting strings. Formatting strings. How to format strings. Now we have so many ways of formatting strings. For example, if you already have assigned a value to a variable, let's say age is equal to 89. And then you have assigned name as what? John. You can say that, let's say myself is equal to, so myself is what? A variable, and we are coming to assign a value to it. You see, you can say myself is equal to blah blah blah. You see, this one, you can say my name is, you see, space, then name, you bring your operation sign, and you say I am age. This one will give you an error because in Python we cannot combine integers to what? Strings. Sorry. Print myself. Good. Sorry. You see, it gave me an error. So you see, it can only concatenate string, not integer. You realize that? Good. So this is the kind of errors that you should be checking out. Now, in order to fix that, what we have to do is simple. We have to do it this way. So you say print. Then we say myself dot what? Format. And then what do you want to format? We have the name here, but it shouldn't be there. So we will say name. You realize that? Good. Then we come here and then we bring our curly bracket. Then we clear this from there. Good. Then we can also actually add the age. Then we bring it here too. So when we now run the code, it will say my name is what? John. I am 89. So my name is John. I am 89. You see, that is how you can format it. Yes, because if you try to concatenate integer and then a string, you get an error. So please note that. Yeah, note that. We can also do it this way. We can also say that we have age is equal to 89. Let's add one thing. Hobby. So hobby should be what? It's a gaming. You see, good. Now here we can decide to do it this way. Add the hobby here. Very good. Then we can choose from here what we really want to appear. So let's say my name is I am good. So let's add a hobby. So I like this. You see, good. So we can actually choose what we really want to appear inside. You realize that? Good. So guess what we are coming to do inside this. So my name is what? So when you are counting, here we'll start from what? 0. So we'll print 0 here. Then age 1. Then this one 2. Then we run it. You see, it says my name is John, I am 89, I like gaming. So you have to know where you placed each variable so that you get to know where you are placing the numbers in, so that you won't get an error. These are called index numbers. You see, the first one, name, is at index what? 0. It doesn't matter where you placed and assigned the variables. It only matters here. So where you place it shows where it is going to be. So let's say hobby was here, hobby, and then age, and then name. You see, it didn't place it well. So when you run the code, you will see my name is gaming, I am 89, I like John. You see, this one doesn't make sense. So you have to know where you placed it so that you'll be able to know where you are placing each index number. So here in this case, name is actually at index number what? 2. So we'll say 2. And then age, here it should be here. So it says 1. Then hobby is actually at index what? 0. So we will bring 0 here. And now when you run the code, it will make sense. It says my name is John, I am 89, I like gaming. So that is how we do what? Format strings. Good. That's how we format strings. Now, if we have been able to talk about strings, now let's move on to booleans. Boolean. We've practically talked about boolean, but I want to show you a little expression so that it will light up your day. So we can say print as what we did. 9 is less than 7 is greater than 7, or blah blah blah. So you can see that 4 is less than 5. Then print, you see 4 is greater than 5. Then the last one you can say print 4 is equal to what? 5. Now when I run it, it says true, false, false. 4 is practically less than 5, so we all know it's true. But 4 is not greater than 5. And then 4 is not equal to what? 5. So you can't tell me that it should print what? True. No. It is not possible. It's not possible. So we can actually do a print statement, a decision making statement, that is using the if and else to get to know if it will really work. but we will really do the decision making. That's what we call control flow statement. We will do that when the time comes, but I want to do a little demonstration for you to see. So let's say we have x is equal to 100, then y is equal to 89. So I'll say that if x is less than y, I'll bring my colon. Yes. Print x is lesser than y. Else print x is greater than y. Good. So this one we also use the boolean to check the condition. So the condition is this: x is less than y. So if x is lesser than y, it will print. If x is greater than y, it will print. So give me your answer. What will be the answer? Okay, if you guess the answer, then that means, if you guess the answer correct, that means you are really following. So when I run the code, it will tell me x is what? Greater than y. Yes, because x is 100 and then y is 89. 100 is practically greater than 89. Yes, so that is that. And then one thing that you have to know about boolean is that most values are true. Most values are true. So you can see, let's see, bool ABC. Yeah, then you print bool. Sorry, I've made a mistake. It shouldn't be this way. It should be this way rather. Print bool, then the string. Let's see, AMA. Then when I run the code, it will tell me what it is true. So most values in bool are true unless they are empty, which will print what? False. So this one is true. So unless they are practically empty, it will print false. So when I run the code, it will tell me what? False, because there's nothing in there, 0. You see? Yes. And if you see it is false too, it is false. Yeah. See false, it will print false for you. If you see none, none means 0. So practically you get what? False. You see? That is that. So that is all for boolean. And then thank you for joining today's session. In the next session, we'll be talking about operators. So sit tight and then enjoy. Have a nice day.